Survival is primal. It is the most basic instinct that drives every living being. From the smallest insect to the largest mammal, the need to survive is deeply ingrained. It is hardwired into our very being, a fundamental part of our nature that cannot be ignored. Throughout human history, threats emerged from the shadows, demanding recognition. These threats were often sudden and unexpected, forcing us to be constantly vigilant. A rustling in the bushes, a predator's growl, a rival tribe approaching. Each sound and movement could signal danger, our senses sharpened, attuned to danger. We became experts at recognizing the signs of potential threats. This was evil in its rawest form, a threat to our existence. Recognizing it meant life. Fear became our teacher, guiding us to safety. It triggered an immediate response, a surge of adrenaline, a fight-or-flight reflex. Our bodies prepared for action, ready to defend or escape. This instinct to recognize danger, to label it as evil, ensured our survival. It was a crucial part of our evolution. We learned to avoid it, to protect ourselves. We built shelters, formed communities, and developed strategies to stay safe. But what of the opposite? What happens when we encounter something that is not a threat? What of the gentle light that flickers in the darkness? The small, subtle signs of goodness that are often overlooked? This is where our instincts falter. We are not as adept at recognizing goodness as we are at identifying threats. Goodness, unlike its stark counterpart, does not announce itself with a roar. It whispers softly and gently, waiting to be discovered. Goodness is a whisper in a world that shouts. It is the quiet hero, the unsung melody. Defining it is like capturing mist. It takes shape, then dissipates, leaving only a trace of its essence. While evil is immediate, a wound that bleeds, goodness is a seed that takes root. Its impact is often delayed, unfolding gradually. A kind word offered, a helping hand extended, a moment of empathy shared. These acts ripple outward, their effects subtle yet profound. This subtlety makes goodness difficult to grasp. It requires a shift in perspective, a willingness to look beyond the surface and perceive the deeper currents of human interaction. We live in a world obsessed with the sensational, where the extraordinary overshadows the ordinary. News cycles churn, fueled by conflict and disaster, creating a relentless stream of negativity. Headlines scream of tragedy, violence and corruption, capturing our attention and emotions. Our screens overflow with images of suffering and despair, making it hard to look away. This constant barrage has a numbing effect, dulling our senses and empathy. It desensitizes us to the truly important, the quiet acts of courage, compassion, and love that unfold every day, often unnoticed. We become accustomed to a diet of negativity, our perceptions skewed, our hearts hardened. Furthermore, our education systems, focused on competition and achievement, often neglect the cultivation of moral character and empathy. We are taught to succeed, but not necessarily to be good, to win, but not to care. This lack of emphasis on ethical and moral development leaves a void, making it even more challenging to recognize and appreciate goodness in our daily lives. Section 4. Cultivating a lens for goodness, education, and perspective. The first step towards understanding goodness is acknowledging its existence, even when it is obscured. Goodness can often be hidden beneath layers of negativity or indifference. We must actively seek it out, train our minds to recognize its presence in the everyday. This means looking beyond the surface and finding the hidden gems of kindness and compassion. This requires a conscious effort to shift our focus. It's about changing our perspective and being open to seeing the good in people and situations. Instead of dwelling on the negative, we can choose to highlight the positive. By doing so, we create a more optimistic and hopeful outlook on life. We can celebrate acts of kindness, large and small. These moments of goodness can inspire others to act similarly, creating a ripple effect of positivity. We can share stories of hope and resilience. These stories remind us of the strength of the human spirit and the power of community. Education plays a vital role. It shapes our understanding and helps us develop a moral compass. By incorporating moral and ethical principles into our curricula, we can equip future generations with the tools they need to discern right from wrong, to understand and value goodness. This foundation is essential for building a compassionate and just society. Section 5. The ripple effect of goodness transforming individuals and society. When goodness takes root, it spreads. Like a stone cast into water, its impact radiates outward, creating ripples of positive change. Relationships flourish in an environment of trust and empathy. Communities become stronger when individuals feel connected and supported. Innovation and progress thrive when people are united by a common purpose. Understanding goodness is not merely an intellectual exercise, it is a call to action. It is a reminder that we have the power to choose compassion over indifference, kindness over cruelty, hope over despair. By embracing goodness, we not only elevate ourselves, but also contribute to a brighter future for all.